Today we're talking Wonderkids, and I've got a list of 10 bargain Wonderkids for you to sign on FM 23. Hello, and today I pulled together a list of 10 Wonderkids with two things in common. One is a very high potential, and two is a very low asking price. So these are 10 Wonderkids that you should be able to get for definitely under 10 million. Most you'll get for under £1 million as well on FM23. And I've tried to pick from all around the world in different nations as well, different leagues. Try to give you a bit of a variety on this list, but they're all really good young players who should develop into world beaters. So let's have a look at our first player. And that first player is a Norwegian attacker, but it is not Erling Haaland. It is Andreas Schjelderup from FC Nordsjælland in Denmark. You can get him for probably just under £10 million, and he is a really, really good 18-year-old. He's got some great attributes already. His dribbling, first touch, passing, technique, all 16s, plenty of good mentals. His physicals are getting there as well. He is a natural down the left wing, but can also play up top. He can play at any level, and you could expect him to make an impact right at the top level within a season or two as well. Next up, we've got a 16-year-old Brazilian from Palmeiras, and it is not Endrick, it is Luis Guilherme, who is a attacking midfielder. He's probably not quite as good as Endrick, definitely not at the beginning of the game either, but he's a lot cheaper, and he's got really high potential. None of his attributes jump out massively. His determination is quite high. He's got good first touch, good passing, good technique, good finishing as well, all at 12, but his physicals are there, his pace and his acceleration. He's going to be a speedy attacking mid, and he's only 16. You can get him for less than £500,000. He's going to be really good. Let's keep an eye on Luis Guilherme. We're back in Europe for player number 3, and this is Noel Aseko Nkili, who is currently at Bayern Munich. He's 16 years old, but you're going to have to pay a pretty penny for him. You might be able to just get him for under £10 million. He is a defensive midfielder, and he's got incredible determination. His physicals are all above 10 as well. 6 foot, really good potential here. Great physicals. Mentals are looking good. His technical ability, his technique in particular is good. He's got good dribbling. You can see out a pass. His vision is 13. His passing 13. He's going to be a good one for the future, but you're going to have to pay quite a lot to prize him away from the hands of FC Bayern. Moving on, we're off to Italy and Spal for Salvatore Esposito, who is slightly older than most of the players on the list. He is 21, and probably get him for a few £1 million. He is another midfielder, central midfielder, defensive midfielder as well, potentially. Great natural fitness, determination, really good. His attributes are looking pretty impressive so far. Obviously, he's 21, so he's that little bit more developed than most of the people on this list. But he's got good physicals, good mentals, good technicals. He's a well-rounded defensive midfielder who could lead the charge for you in the future if you develop him nicely. And then we're going to Albacete and Enzo Boyamo, who is a Cameroonian centre-back, 20 years of age. Again, this slightly more developed than some of the other players on the list, but probably slightly lower potential than some of them. Got some good physicals, good defensive technical abilities as well. Heading of 13, tackling of 14, work rate 14, determination 14, good strength at 13. He's not massive, he's only 5'11", but he's a good, strong, young defender who's only going to get better with age. And it's back to Italy, and the first goalkeeper on our list is Elia Caprilli, who is at Bari in Serie B. He was apparently at Leeds a few seasons ago as well. You can get him for a few £1 million, and he's a good young goalkeeper. He's already getting some good shot-stopping ability, some aerial ability. His goalkeeping attributes are all pretty good. His first touch is the only one that's not in double figures. Mentals and physicals are good as well. In fact, his physicals are more than good. They're great. 15 stamina, 14 natural fitness, 13 jumping reach. Balance is a little bit off, but he's a good young goalkeeper. He's only 20. He's going to get so much better. He might be the world's best number 1 in a few seasons' time. And then we've got a young German 16-year-old midfielder, Asan Ouedraogo at Schalke 04. And you might remember him from a previous video we did, the 50 Years in the Future video, where he won the Golden Boy and then the Ballon d'Or. He was really good in that save. He's got a slightly random potential, though, so he might not be that great in your saves, but he's a good one to look out for the future. Really cheap value. Great stats. 14 long shots is an interesting one. He's got some good technique. His physicals are where the key are. He's 6'1", and he's got really, really good, promising physical attributes, all in the early teens. 15 natural fitness is a good one to have. He's resolute. I think this guy has got the potential to be really, really good and slightly sneak under the radar on most people's lists. But a good young midfielder. He's German, attacking midfielder. Keep an eye out for Asan. And another youngster here, 16-year-old Jaime Vasquez, currently at Real Madrid. He's probably one of the ones that is a little bit suspect on this list. He's currently looking not that great. He hasn't got anything that's really jumping out apart from that 6'1". His physicals aren't great. His mentals, not there. He's got 14 leadership, though. 12 tackling, 12 heading. So the key defensive attributes, as a centre defender, by the way, are there. And he's kind of got the makings of someone who could be good. And he's got some great potential. So you need to actually really work hard to develop this youngster. He's only 16, though, so you can't hold that much against him. But for less than £1 million, probably £500,000 it's going to cost you to get him away from Real Madrid and their youth system. You could probably develop him into a really solid centre-back. Maybe not the best player on this list, but he's got potential and he's got good hair as well. And speaking of good hair, it's Lucas Bergvall from IF Brommapojkarna in Sweden. I've definitely butchered that name, but you can get this Swedish youngster for, well, not much at all. Probably about £250,000. He's 16. He's an attacking midfielder. He's got some good determination. His physical attributes are getting there as well. Mentals are up pretty decent. Got 13 passing, 14 technique, 13 first touch. He's going to be very, very good in the centre of the park. He might not be the best Scandinavian on this list, but he's 16. He's got great hair. He looks like he's fallen out of the 1990s. And he's 6'1". Really good prospect for the future. Pick him up for a few £100,000 and he might change your team. And then finally, the most obscure find on this list is young Nigerian goalkeeper Nathaniel Nwosu, who you can pick up for, well, anything. He's literally valued at about £100,000. He's 16. He's not as good as the other goalkeeper on this list, I don't think, but he's got some good makings on his attributes. He's got the potential there. If you get him out of the Nigerian league and somewhere, bring him into Europe, and I think he's going to develop really, really well. He's got great reach. He's got plenty. In fact, his goalkeeping attributes aren't too bad. His first touch and eccentricity are quite low, as is his punching tendency. But the rest of them are in the solid teens. He's going to develop well. If you get him really young, you can mould him into a really good first-team goalkeeper for any European side. He's got the potential to be there, but at the moment, he's not looking that great. He's going to be an obscure find. If you can pick him up and develop him, you've done really well. He's going to be one to watch. You might not find him in your save. You might have to load the Nigerian leagues up because he might not be there. I've had to do that. I don't know if you will, depending on the size of your database. But he's definitely got potential, and he's the one we're going to end this list on as our hidden gem, potentially. Let me know in the comments if he works out for you, and we'll see how he develops over the years. Okay then, so that is the list of 10 Wonderkids. Please hang around on the channel for installation guides. They're going to pop up in a big playlist at the end of the video. And we'll see you on the next one. We've got some more great content coming the way. Remember to subscribe to the channel. And I will see you on the next video. Thanks a lot for watching.